Hello, welcome to chapter 2 of The Solution. In this chapter, we're going to talk about the media. And the media is a problem in this country, mainly because what we have Democrats and Republicans, and that's a problem enough in the fact that it splits our country up. And what happens is that the media comes out there and they have a bias. If you watch one station, they're pro-Democrat, another station, they're pro-Republican. We all know what stations are which. And the problem is that if you are one of these two, if you believe you're a Democrat or a Republican or you're leaning that way, you go to these stations and watch a station that agrees with you to begin with. And then, instead of reporting facts, they all the facts. They selectively present facts that go along with their viewpoints. If they're anti-Democrats, then they're going to make the Republicans look great and the Democrats look like crap. And the problem is that psychologically, you watch this, and the more you watch it, the more you believe you're right and they're wrong, whatever side you're on. And it widens the chasm between us fellow Americans. Now, I am neither Republican or Democrat, and I channel change. I go back and forth, and I watch different shows. These aren't, the news is the news. You could still pick your facts with the news, but what happens is in prime time, you end up with these people who are very opinionated, and opinionated one way or the other. And I can find a fact that shows that the Republicans are wrong and the Republicans are right, and I can do it the other way around too with the Democrats. And the fact of the matter is we don't get all the information. And what I'm going to suggest to you might seem a little strange off the bat, but because the media, and I'm not just talking about TV, I'm talking about radio and newspaper as well, because the media is owned by corporations and wealthy people with an agenda, they're never going to change. Okay, I don't believe you're going to get a radio station or a news station or a newspaper that doesn't have a bias. So whatever you read is going to be incomplete. And with the facts being incomplete and the point of views presented being one-sided, you can't make an intelligent decision. You can only be a sheep and follow along. I don't mean any insult to anybody who's watching, but the fact that is the facts. All right? That is the facts. Are the facts. The point is that what you need to do is you need to watch the other side. You need to, if you're a Republican, watch a Democratic station for a couple of weeks. Don't switch back and forth. Strictly get your news and your information from the Democrats. The first thing you're probably going to notice is, oh my gosh, these people are crazy. What about this fact? And what about this fact? Where's the other side of the story? And I'm hoping that when you go back to your original station, that you look at them in the same light, because they're the same. Both sides give you incomplete information, twisted facts. It's phenomenal what you end up with, and our brains are filters, and you need to use your brain as a filter and say, this can't be. Oh, really? Who says? A perfect example, and I don't want to pick on anyone in particular, but I'm going to use this example. When President Obama said that you didn't build that, I got what he meant. He meant that if you're a businessman without government's help, in other words, the roads, the post office, ability to ship, the internet, those things that help you run your business and build your business were already in place. Yes, you worked hard already. But what happened is that the Republicans took that in their news and made it sound like Obama said, you didn't earn your business. We did it for you. All right. And it's just one example that really, really bothered me, because did the Republican station think I'm that stupid? And the Democrats do it too. So please, I'm not picking on one or the other. Both sides are selective in their facts. They take small snippets of a larger presentation and they jump on this little thing and they twist it and mangle it so that it's no longer factual, it's no longer reality, just to get you to either come over to their side or to make you more almost militant towards the other side. And it's the worst thing that can happen in this country. Please start using the media, understanding the bias that of every station that you watch, and take it with a grain of salt. Investigate. I would love, and I keep saying to myself, I'd love to, some place I can go where I can check these facts. Okay? But or to get all the story, the whole story. Can I watch the whole clip instead of just the clip that they picked? And I'm having a really difficult time finding it out there. So I have to rely on my brain. You have to rely on your brain to get through the nonsense that's going out there. There's some people on the Democratic stations and the Republican stations that I just cannot watch because they flipped their lids. In my opinion, they are so militantly against the other side that they won't answer questions that might put their agenda in jeopardy. They avoid them. They twist the facts. They insist on yes or no answers when the answers aren't that simple. It's all a game out there, folks. And I'm not sure there is a place to get all the facts and the truth and let you decide, let me decide on how I'm going to feel about a certain issue, which way I'm going to lean. It's not out there anymore, and it's troublesome and it's controlling, and it needs to stop. And the only way I know to stop it without starting my own station is to use my filter, use my brain, and question it and go, okay, this is gobbledygook or this is nonsense. But watch the other side for a couple of weeks in a row, okay? And understand that your side is doing the same thing to you, just with different facts. And we'll be more intelligent as Americans and be able to make better decisions. Thank you for your time. I wrote a book on this and other subjects called Under Management. It's at Amazon.com, and it's only an ebook, unfortunately, at this point. And my next chapter will be on the two-party system and how and why it does or doesn't work. Thank you for your time, and be safe.